Imagine waking up tomorrow, and the United States is no longer the United States. Banks shut down, the stock market crashes, the government collapses, the military is leaderless. Everything that seemed stable is suddenly gone. Would there be total anarchy? Would states go to war with each other? And perhaps most terrifying of all, how would the rest of the world react? Today we're diving into one of the most shocking what-if scenarios ever. What if the United States fell tomorrow? Stick around because by the end of this you'll see just how interconnected and fragile the global system really is. Before we start, let me know in the comments, do you think the US could ever truly collapse? Why or why not? Alright, let's get into it. First things first, how could this even happen? Let's be real, the US is one of the most powerful and influential nations in history, but that doesn't mean it's invincible though. Here are some real ways the US could collapse overnight. Economic meltdown. Imagine the stock market crashes, banks fail, the dollar becomes worthless, and hyperinflation turns the economy into a disaster zone. Cyber attack. A massive hack could take down the power grid, financial systems, and military defenses, leaving the country completely exposed. Political instability. What if the government fractures? A constitutional crisis, contested elections, or outright civil conflict could bring the nation to its knees. Foreign invasion or war. A surprise military strike from a rival superpower could trigger an instant breakdown of order. Natural disasters and climate collapse. What if back-to-back catastrophes, hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires cripple the country beyond repair? The scary part? A combination of these could happen at once. But what happens after the collapse? Let's talk about it. If the US collapsed tomorrow, the first 24 hours would be pure confusion. Banks freeze your money locked. No withdrawals, no credit cards, nothing. Grocery stores overrun. Within hours, shelves are empty as people panic buy supplies. Communication breakdown. The internet and phone networks could fail, making coordination impossible. Police overwhelmed. With rising chaos, law enforcement can't keep up, leading to mass looting, crime, and desperation. And let's talk about food and water, because things would get really bad really fast. By day 3, the United States would be completely unrecognizable. Martial law declared. If the military still functions, they might try to restore order. But what if different factions emerge? Hunger and scarcity. The food supply chain collapses, and within days, millions face starvation. Rogue states and secession. With no federal government, states could break off, forming new independent nations. Rise of warlords and militias. Without law enforcement, local power struggles could lead to violent conflict. And let's not forget, the rest of the world is watching. If the United States fell overnight, the entire world would change instantly. Global economic collapse. Right now, the US dollar is the world's reserve currency, meaning it's used for international trade and finance. If it collapses, so do the global markets. Oil prices would skyrocket. Trade agreements would collapse. Stock markets around the globe would plummet. Food and resource shortages. The United States is one of the world's largest food exporters. Without American agriculture, millions around the globe would face hunger and scarcity. Global power shifts. With the US out of the picture, other countries would step up. China might assert control over Asia. Russia could expand its influence in Europe. NATO might fracture without American leadership. New conflicts. Without the US military acting as a global stabilizer, regions with long-standing tensions like the Middle East and South China Sea could erupt into full-scale wars. The big question is, would America rise again or be lost forever? Here are two possible futures. 1. A new United States. After years of struggle, states might reunite, forming a new version of the US. It might look very different, perhaps with more decentralized power or a completely new constitution. 2. A fractured America. The country never fully recovers, breaking into smaller nations. The West Coast might form its own union, the South could become independent, and regions like Texas might operate as a standalone nation. History shows us that no empire lasts forever. But the United States has a unique legacy. The real question is, would the world let America rebuild? So here's the big question. If the United States fell tomorrow, do you think it would ever recover? Would it come back stronger than ever, or be lost to history? Let's debate in the comments. Could America ever truly collapse, or is it built to last? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of OmniThinx, where we break down the biggest what-if questions of our time. Until next time, stay prepared, stay informed, and keep questioning the world around you.